Hello, everyone that took out the time to come back to the YouTube and hear me once again. My name is DMC Knows, and my email address, if you have any concerns or would like for me to answer any questions that you may have, my email address is D as in David, M as in Mary, C as in Charles, knows, KNOWS at gmail.com. DMCknows at gmail.com. Feel free to go to my email address and inquire, ask me anything that has to do with whether it be life, health, issues, consulting, anything, and I will be glad to see what I can do for you. Now, I'm going to continue from where I left off, and hopefully I have people following me. And once again, I am doing this to share the knowledge that a lot of people are aware of, and some are not aware or privileged to some information. The last time I was on the YouTube, I was doing a short, brief summary about relationships and the manual, what we call in the intimate relationship field, the manual. Woman and man staying in the manual, which really means, and to define it more clearly, is to that is the fact that there's a set of rules that we were programmed with, condition, talk coming up, our environment, what we live with. It could be several different impacts that we had in our lives that has us with the mentality and the way we process the way relationships should be. And I was talking about it's very healthy for us to receive people for who they are. What we do when if you ever notice when we meet individuals, it's something about them when we met them that we were attracted to, whether it's a friend, whether it's intimate, whether it's a coworker, whether it's an associate, whether it's a business relationship, whatever it was, we liked who they were at the time. And in the beginning, I call that unconditional because there are no conditions. They're who they are. We something about them, and we transfer numbers or contacts or whatever way we do in order to keep in contact. And then when it goes into the relationship, the same thing applies. Uh, I meet a guy or whatever it may be, and I like this person for who they are. And then when we get with them, we start setting up unconsciously, I think, a set of rules in our minds of what's supposed to happen. Whatever happens to people liking people for who they are, accepting people for who they are, whatever happened to unconditional love. And what I've learned in my own experience, and I cannot speak for others, is that unconditional love seems to only apply in our family matters, our family. For an example, just say I'm a mother and I have two kids, and I have a child. Of course, I raised them and they're grown now, and I have a child who wants to have words with me, but something they didn't do when they were younger, and they have words with me, or they say something out of line, or they say something that's very insulting. And as a mother, it's called mother love. It's like I don't accept it, but that person is still in my life. We have no choices of who our families are. And time goes on and it wears off, or they come and apologize. Or this, what I'm really saying, there's certain things that our family has done to us or will do. Hopefully, they doesn't happen. Or some of us has experienced and some of us have not. And our immediate family. And when the same situation is done to us from a loved one who is not a blood family member, or an associate or a friend who has offended us or said something or talked against us or talked about us, whatever the situation may be, we seem to cut them off, or we move away, and we don't speak to them, or it's a lot of things that could be applicable depending on who you are. I cannot answer that, but I'm just giving you examples. And or some things are just as bad. We don't even want to have anything to do with them anymore. Even if our own relationships, um, we seem to cut people off. Now that's called condition. When you love someone unconditionally, you love them for who they are, you accept them for who they are. They have flaws, they make mistakes, they make errors. Yes, you forgive them, you don't have to tolerate it. But unconditional love means no matter what, I love you. Does that really exist in relationships? I mean, really ask yourself, do you really love that person unconditionally? Can they be with you and cheat on you and come back and say, I'm sorry? And then 2 years later, they do it again, and you accept them for who they are because they're treating you right, they're treating you good, they're not disrespecting you in your face, they want you to be happy. Do you really keep them in your life? Some people do, but then for those that don't, because of what they did, that's called conditions. And there's some of us that get into relationships and we have a set of rules. Well, he or she, and I'm going to refer to woman right now because that's what I am today, a woman, where we have a set of rules where men are supposed to do things for us. We were brought up like this, we were trained, we were conditioned, we were taught, or maybe it's just who we are and that's what we want. We meet someone and just say our companion, and we go out, we start dating, and time goes on, and you start analyzing and over processing. I call it thinking too much. Oh, did he do this for me? Because what we seem to do is seem to think that the things that people do for us in our relationships dictates whether or not they love us. We seem to use that as a definition of how much they love us. We have forgot what love really means. To love someone means that they never do anything for you and they still love you because love is in the heart. Can you accept them for who they are? Can you accept them unconditionally for just loving you? Can you accept them if they don't do anything for you? Can you do that? Are you really a person that knows what true love is? Or have you been conditioned and been taught that love is based on what this person does for me? This person did not open my doors. He did not pull my chair out when we went to dinner. He did not help me with any of my expenses. Matter of fact, he didn't ask me if I needed anything. He didn't bring any food when he came home or when he came over. He's not helping me pay my bills. I'm having I'm having intimacy with him, excuse me, and he's not helping, even to the point I know some people or heard of some people that say, you know what, he's gonna have to pay for this. No cash, no ass. So that's so crazy. So I'll never understand people. What happened to love, true love? And we have gotten to the point where we have determined that love is based on our sex lives, how wild, exciting it is, how good it is, to the point that it gets stagnated, people getting bored so easily. And if the sex is the greatest, we're ready to trade in that person for the next greatest piece of, or the greatest piece of, or the greatest. Now, what's really going on? Do we really know what love is? Is there anybody that can stand? Is there anybody that can stay? Is there anybody that loves unconditionally? The minute someone makes us mad, they do something that's foul, disrespectful, and even if they come back and apologize and realize that they made a mistake, because we have trigger points and people can really make us upset and make you upset, and we can do things that we regret because we're reacting, as I said, reacting out of emotions. So when you react out of emotions, you do things that you normally wouldn't do because your emotions are thinking for you and not your brain and your heart. So then we go and we apologize and we say we're so sorry that person doesn't want to have anything to do with us. They cut you off or you cut them off. Is that really love? So you know your struggles, you know your weaknesses, but we have to really ask ourselves, do I really love this person if they didn't ever do anything for me? Am I going to be upset when he comes home today or she comes home today and I realize all the things that they didn't do for me? I realize they forgot to take out the garbage. They just left their clothes all over the house. I realized that they did not bring me flowers in the last year. I realized that they did not bring me any money. They didn't give me anything for Valentine's Day. They didn't give me anything for my birthday. They don't love me. They're using me. Using you for what? For what? Why can't they just love you? See, men, from what I experience, seem to be simple. Women are difficult. Men are basic and they act more so out of their heart and supposedly more common sense and logic. Women, we react off of emotions, supposedly, not everyone, but this is what, for the most case, seems to be the case. So, ask yourself, am I in the manual? Am I treating this relationship the way I've been conditioned, programmed, processed? Is this really love? Can I love this person and do all these things and cook for him, iron his clothes, get his clothes ready, run his bath water? Can I do these things if he doesn't do anything for me? Matter of fact, treat him and give him what I expect from him for at least 30 days? Can I change it around and shovel the snow, cut the grass, take out the garbage, take out the dog, bring in the bags, pull out his chair, open his door, cook for him, prepare his meals? Can I do that and don't expect anything? Can I do that? Ask yourself that. What happened to love? Is it that someone has to always give something for something? Is it tit for tat? Is it based on sex? Or your sex is so boring now? I mean, hey, what's going on? Or you're punishing a man. I'm not going to do anything with you today. Don't touch me. Don't get your hands off of me. I'm mad at you. Well, sweetie, you may be punishing yourself. We are not supposed to use our body and those things to punish. I think it's healthy personally to communicate what's the problem. Two heads are better than one. Because sometimes what's really happening is that you're looking for someone to treat you the way you want to be treated, and there's nothing wrong with that. But if they don't do these things, are you going to stand? Are you going to stay? Are you going to last? So sometimes we may want to ask ourselves, maybe you're looking for another you. Maybe you're not looking for a person. And then we become his mother. We start dictating. Then we start answering. We start telling them what they can and can't do. Who wants a mother? Who in the heck wants a mother? I don't want a father for a man. Well, maybe I don't want a father. Maybe I want a poppy. Maybe I want a. But maybe in some instances, men leave their homes and they are with their companion, their wives, whatever your title may be or your position. Nobody wants a mother. But those that do want a mother, well, that's cool. But everybody doesn't want a mother. Everybody doesn't want a woman to dictate to them. I mean, that's disgusting. Can you imagine if someone did that to you? What happened to letting them be who they are? Their own identity first. Their person, that person that you liked and loved when you met. That person that you were attracted to. That person that, let a man be a man. Let a man be a man. Let a woman be a woman. You have one person together, they become two, and when they bond in marriage, they become one but two separate worlds. So, whatever happened to self identity? Why are we so controlling? Controlling is not healthy, controlling is ignorant. So, food for thought, people. And once again, thank you for tuning in and watching me and listening. And stay tuned because I will talk to you about health matters. I will talk to you about the things the doctors don't tell you. I will talk to you about herbs and weaknesses in the body. I will talk to you about whatever you want to know. Because dmcknows@gmail.com. Stay tuned and give me some feedback and let me know what you think because it's all about you. Fix yourself first. And matter of fact, don't try to fix others. Just fix yourself. Fix you and everything else will fall into place. Okay, I gotta go now. Toodaloo, bye bye. Oh, remember, to the world you might just be one person. However, to one person you might just be their world. Mwah! Love you.